Welcome back. So this next model build will be another group build. This is the Eggplane group build. So what is an eggplane? An eggplane, as you can see over here, they're kind of like squished airplanes that look kind of egg-shaped. They're deformed kits. And I learned about this from my friend, the model car minion Steve, where he's had participated in this group build for a number of years and always had great things to say about it. And at one point I said, oh, maybe I'd like to do one myself. So this group build is being sponsored or hosted, I should say, by Tommy, Colonel Red Scale Models, and Daniel at Munchkin Model Man 72, and it runs for about a month or so. Where we have to build one of these kits. Now, one of the rules is it has to be a Hasegawa eggplane. I think there's one or two other manufacturers that also make eggplanes. And this is a big, series of theirs. Now, in the last year or so, as Steve and I have gone to mall shows and sales and things and stores, and we're always checking for these eggplanes, and they've been kind of hard to find lately. And even if you can find them, they're really high, much more expensive than in the past, is all I can say. So we couldn't find anything for him that he didn't have, and I didn't find any for myself. But I finally went online and I actually found a source in Japan where I can order them directly, and for about $10 a kit, shipping all in. I picked up one for myself. Actually, I picked up three. I got these two for myself, and I picked up another one for Steve, so he can join us again this year in this group build. So they're very simple kits. Should be a quick build, and if you take a look inside, very few parts. And here's the decal sheet. And what I'm hoping is that I can build this thing with as little painting as possible, because they have the colored sprue trees already, the colored parts. So one thing I will have to paint, though, is the canopy over here, over the cockpit, where the trim is supposed to be blue like this. And I think I can get away with Tamiya blue or some of the other blue paints I have, so it should be more or less seamless. And again, the other the detailing on the blue, it's all these decals. There's quite a few decals. It'll probably take me longer for the decals, put the decals on, than anything else. But it's a really nice kit. So I want to talk about this Blue Impulse, the one I chose. And these T-4s are basically aircraft specifically for the Japanese Air Self-Defense Force. It's kind of like a trainer that they use. And they also have a series, the Blue Impulse part is actually from a series of their aerobatic flying team, right? For aerobatic air shows and where they do that kind of stuff. So they're very I think they look really, really nice as a plane themselves, and specifically this Blue Impulse one, a very nice paint scheme. So anyhow, I'm hoping to do another quick build, which I always say and it never happens, but I've also got another group build going on at the same time, so I'm gonna try to have to make this one a quick one. And again, very few parts, very little painting, should be doable. All right, a quick update over here, and something I needed to explain that I didn't quite explain in the last video when I said there's little painting involved, is that I'm taking a shortcut over here. I'm not painting the stuff that's already the correct color, so I'm not going to be painting all this blue over here and the white. I'm taking the cheap route over here. I'm not going to prime and paint it. I'm just going to leave it as is, because again, I think with all the decals that I have over here, most of that's going to be covered up anyhow, so there's really no point in doing all of that painting for nothing when it's already the right color. So very little putting out needed. What I've done so far is built everything I can that didn't need to be painted. Again, there are some smaller pieces that do need painting, and I've already primed the pilot over here. And very little putting. I just had one little crack in there in the top over here, which I was able to just fill it up with Vallejo, and it's very, very fine, so I could easily sand it and you can't see it at all. Now, I did have one decal to put in when I was doing that cockpit, and I already ran into an issue where the decal broke up on me. So I was kind of surprised. You know, they're not old decals. They look like they're quality, but yeah, it started cracking on me right away. And so what I've done now is all these other decals, I don't want them to break. So I went in and used a liquid decal film over all of them so that hopefully I won't have an issue with breaking, decals breaking as I set it on this thing. One other thing I've done is I started doing the outline of where I need to mask the canopy over here. And for that, I actually got some of this a few months ago, this Tamiya masking tape, but it's masking tape for curves. And it's very, very flexible. And I said I want to give it a try. And what I've done here is I've just done the outline of that masking area with the intent to put some liquid mask in between so that it becomes a full mask, like this part here and, the main pieces. And I'm surprised. I really love this stuff over here. It really, if you've ever tried the Tamiya tape to go around curves, you'll see it just doesn't want to. It doesn't bend. There's no flex at all. And this thing, it's kind of got like a vinyl feel to it. But I had no issues laying it down and, cutting the little curves at the notches at the corners. And it held up beautifully. It's a little dirty over here because I started doing the liquid mask and had to clean up that part. So again, I have to put this on, but I think I'm going to like that combination of this and this together for any curved surfaces that I have to mask off. So a little priming to be done for these parts, and then painting them, of course, and then putting it all together. All right, a quick update over here. I just want to say that I got the canopy done and came out really nice. Really happy that I did it with the masking and the solution there. The masking solution came out great. But that's pretty much where the good news ends. You can see I've done a lot over here, but it's been a struggle, and most of it is because of the decals. Again, I thought this was going to be a really, really quick build because I'm not even painting it, although I end up having to paint some of it anyhow, which I'll explain. But basically, these decals, they just don't stick very well. They're those types that once you put them on, they, even with the microsol, they will not really bend. And even then, I had a lot of problems where some of them, after a while, they would just start lifting up. So I went in with a bit of Tamiya extra thin glue. I went in with some Future, to a pledge to basically have them settle in. And I put a lot of the decals on, but I haven't done them all. And part of the reason is basically almost impossible if you follow the instruction, because the instruction says to put all, the bomb over here, and then you're supposed to put this other decal under it. And you can see that there's no space for, the bomb pylon over here, and there's no way you're going to put this after you've put this on. And I thought of breaking the decal apart, but it's really, because it's been a struggle all the way through, I said I'm not really going to get that under there. So basically this bottom decal I'm left off completely. I put most of the other ones, the major ones, but again, there were a lot of issues. And there was supposed to be a decal over here, and that just broke apart, even though I had that film to save the decal so that they don't break apart. I had a few that broke apart regardless. So anyhow, I ended up painting this back rear tail over here, and luckily this Decor Art Copenhagen Blue is almost, as you can see, a perfect match, almost. But again, a lot of trouble. Had to put it on, put the Future to make it, it's nice and smooth, glossy, and then put the number 5 over here. So it's been quite a bit of a struggle. So the only thing I really have left now is to install all the landing gear and put our little pilot inside, and then use some PVA or some something else to put the canopy on, and it should be done. But this is not a fun kit that I thought it was going to be. All right, I'm calling this one done. So let me talk about the good aspects about this kit. And I want to say that as a snap tight kit, this one is very good. Everything does snap in where it's supposed to. You put glue, but you really don't have to. I don't think you have to anyhow. But again, as I was making this last segment, I saw an issue where, again, one of these decals, the main one over here, you can see how ugly it is. It was peeling off again. And again, I didn't have any pledge or glue on that one, but I had to put some pledge to hold it down. I'm hoping that over time I don't have all these decals lift off on me and start peeling away, but who knows. Anyhow, that's it for the group build. I don't think I'm going to do any glamour shots because it's a small kit. Pretty much see everything over here right now. He's the Japanese Defense Forces, so I guess, you know, he can go off and fight Godzilla. So I have another group build I'm actually working on already, and that'll be coming up soon. And I think I'll be also have an odds and ends video coming up shortly because I'm a little behind on that with some shop card shoutouts. So off we go into the wild blue yonder.